Satnam loves. Welcome to today's Valentine's self-love special. So no props are needed for today's session, just your own loving self. So let's start in a seat. You can sit cross-ankled Sukhasana or on your shins, whatever feels good for you. And then interlace your hands and bring your palms there right into the heart. So allow them to touch down. Then allow your eyes to close. And just begin to become aware of what's going on inside. Seeing if you can find the center of your seat. And then a rising up through the crown of the head there. Just landing in your body, landing in your breath. This mudra here at our heart is Vajra Pradama, which is the mudra of faith and of trust. So see if you can begin to breathe a little bit deeper in through the heart, into your hands. And then allow the breath out to further ground you into your body and into the present moment. Seeing if you can connect deeper with yourself here. Trusting the language of your body, trusting your breath, even going as far as loving your breath. And if trusting your body and loving your breath is something that is difficult for you to do, I invite you, I highly encourage you to go into the why. To begin some self-inquiry. We call this svadhyaya in yoga. And the more we get curious, the more we can facilitate the unraveling of these layers of illusion that cloud our inner light. I can remember a time in my life when I wanted to change the color of my eyes to blue, when I didn't like the sound of my own voice. So I'm living proof, living testament that through these practices we can create this bridge to more self-acceptance and more self-love, harmony. Just breathing here a couple more moments. No need to 100% heal anything today, right? This might be the start of your journey, might be anywhere along the phase of your growth. Just being with wherever you are. And let's breathe it in for a big Om together. Inhale deep. Aum. A little bow of your chin in. Gratitude to yourself for just being here. For loving on yourself today. You can bring your chin back to neutral and slightly drawn in for your neck lock. Keep your hands interlaced here, but then just bring them forward a little bit so that they're hovering a few inches in front of the heart. You can keep your eyes closed and stay inward. Allow your forefingers to squeeze together a little bit, your elbows to go wide. Sit up nice and tall. On the inhale, you're going to twist left, and on the exhale, you'll twist right. So inhale left, exhale right. Just starting slow. First and foremost, we want to be compassionate with ourselves, right? Meeting ourselves where we are, how we are. And then you might gradually begin to deepen the breath even more and allow your elbows to just sort of swing with the twisting through the spine. Bringing, clearing any energy out here that is not in alignment with higher love. Inhale, come to center. Hold a big breath in. Squeeze at your root lock. So a little squeeze through your booty there. Chin in. Heart open. Taking another sip of air. And exhale. Release your root lock. Keep your hands interlaced. Inhale, reach them forward and then up. So the palms are pressing up towards the sky. Feeling some nice length here now through the waist, rib cage, shoulders, arms. You might sort of sway like a tree side to side. Opening up the side body. And inhale to center. As you exhale, I want you to fan the arms by the sides and then interlace the hands behind your back. See if you can even squeeze the heels of the hands together. You can allow the knuckles just to sort of touch down on the ground there. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Arch the spine, so reach the tailbone back. You can allow your head to lean back. And then you might bring your left ear here towards your left shoulder. And then bring the head to neutral back behind you, and then the right ear towards the right shoulder. And then keep going side to side like a horseshoe shape. Getting into some spaces there through the neck. Maybe some of the more nooks and crannies, right? The untouched spaces. Pausing wherever it feels like you need to pause. And then inhale back to neutral spine, and let's come to lay down all the way onto our back. Bring the soles of the feet together and allow the knees to go out wide for Baddha Konasana. And then interlace your hands behind the back of your head here. Allow the head and the arms to just really ground. Allow your elbows to expand. And just be with your breath here. I want to invite the go-to for whenever your mind starts to stray or you start to leave this present moment, to come back to the sound of your breath, to meditate on the sound of the breath, to love the breath if you can. And just notice here how the more you let go, the more you surrender, the more you open up and expand. Let's take 3 collective breaths here. Inhale deep through the nose, filling your heart. Exhale through the mouth in some way that seems fitting for you. 2 more. Inhale. And exhale. Last time. Inhale. And let it go. Maybe no hands here as you bring the knees into touch. Bring the knees into the chest. You can release the hands onto the shins there and just roll out your ankles a little bit one way, the other way. And come into happy baby from here, wrapping your peace fingers around your big toes. Plug your thumb there into your big toenail, which activates, it's a pressure point there, activating the pituitary gland, which is the third eye center, right? The place of our inner wisdom. I want to really tap into our own wisdom today. See if you can just rock a little bit in your happy baby. Find some intuitive movement. Just making sure here, only requirement is that your spine is really long, right? So root your tailbone down, root your sacrum, draw your chin in. Might play with lengthening one leg out to the side and then the other, keeping the thumb pressing into the big toenail. Loosening the jaw. And then I know it's early, but see if you can widen both legs out to their respective sides. Squeezing the shoulder blades here. Really getting into those inner thighs. And then bend both knees again. Your heels are right over your knees, and see if you can pull on your big toes a little bit to draw your knees closer in towards your armpits. So you're really hugging those knees in. Take 2 more rounds of breath. And then stay with me. You're going to cross your right thigh over your left. So you're just crossing your legs there. And then scoot your hips a little bit to the right and your legs over to the left. You can allow your right arm to expand there out to the right. Maybe even look towards your right hand for a supine twist. And then bring your left hand onto your belly and just breathe into your hand again. And with your next breath in, come through center and just switch it. Cross your left leg over the right, hips to the left, knees to the right, left arm out and heavy, right palm to your belly. Again, seeing how more surrender in this pose provides more expansion and more space created. And even thanking your body here, thanking your breath for all that it does for you. Inhale back to center. Find your happy baby one more time. Maybe play again with widening those legs out. Good, and now bring the soles of the feet to touch, but keep your big toes here, or your peace fingers rather, wrapped around your big toes, and then begin to rock and roll forward and back. So breathing in as you rock back, breathing out as you rock forward. This pose always feels so amazing. Feels like a massage for my upper back, shoulder blades. See if you can invite some more love, some more joy, some more curiosity into the movement. For sure, more breath. Next time you come up, just fold real lazy-like into a little Baddha Konasana. Let your head get heavy. Breathing into the back of the heart. And then slowly, vertebra by vertebra, roll up through your spine, cross your ankles, and let's meet in child's pose. Bring your knees wide, big toes to touch. Soften your hips to your heels, your head to the ground. See if you can catch a prayer with your hands. Bowing into yourself here. Knowing that, trusting that wherever you are in your journey is exactly where you should be. And begin to slowly roll up vertebra by vertebra to sitting on your shins. Go into a round of Tibetan sun salutes here. So you can rise all the way up. Inhale, reach your arms wide, expand the front of the heart. And then exhale, wrap your arms around yourself, give yourself a hug, and sort of melt back into a no-armed child's pose. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, wrap the arms, give yourself a hug. Close your eyes here, loves, and just keep this movement going. Moving at your own pace, moving in harmony with the breath. Next time you come down, right arm under the left, give yourself a hug. And then as you come to roll up through the spine, see if you can just slide your arms into grabbing opposite elbows over your head. So sort of like your fingers slide up your triceps there. So you're not really losing contact with yourself, right, as you grab those elbows overhead. And then rise again up onto your shins. Plug your belly in, step your right foot forward into a low crescent. If you need to pad up that back knee, bottom knee, do that for yourself if you have sensitive knees. And then see if you can find a little squeeze of your root lock here, squeeze of your bum. And then a leaning back through the upper body. Might even close your eyes here. And take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, you're going to free the arms, swinging your left elbow behind you and your right arm in front of you with your thumbs up. So we're going for archer's arms here, awakening our own inner Cupid, our own love, right? It starts within ourselves, right? The love has to spring from inside. It can't come from anything outside of ourselves, right? And just breathe here. You can close your eyes again or even keep your eyes open and focus your gaze over your right thumb. And keep drawing the weight of your hips forward a little bit, wrapping that left hip directly forward. Take one more deep breath in. And then as you breathe out, just free your tented fingers to frame your right foot. Press them into the earth. Find a little rounding through your spine, a little lift up out of the hips. And then just step your right shin back and land in child's pose again. And then slowly roll up. Second round, Tibetan sun salutes. Inhale, open wide. Exhale, give yourself a hug. Next exhale, left arm wraps under the right, rolling yourself up here to sitting on your shins, keeping yourself as connected as possible, grabbing opposite elbows overhead, and then rise all the way up on your shins again. Step your left foot forward, right into that low crescent. Root lock, navel lock, engaged here so that we have a strong base for our heart to open. Seeing if you can even bring those arms back behind you a little bit more. Loosening the face and the jaw. Take one more deep breath in. And then as you breathe out, swing that right elbow behind you, left arm forward into archer's arms. And just be here. Take about 5 slow, deep cycles of breath, choosing what you're doing with your eyes, either looking over your left thumb or your eyes can be closed, gazing in and up towards the brow point. Focus on the breath, holding everything together. One more deep breath in. And breathe out, tense your fingers to the ground. Press the earth away, lift your hips up out of the shape a bit, and then step that left shin back, child's pose. Slowly roll up vertebra by vertebra. Tent the fingertips behind you. Scoop the tail forward, and then inhale to lift your hips straight up. Squeeze the shoulder blades, head hangs back. Baby camel. Exhale, hips to heels. Inhale, come forward and swim yourself right into a big, generous cobra. So the legs lengthen behind you. You're pressing the earth away through the palms, peeling the shoulders back and lifting the heart and the gaze. And then exhale, travel through all fours, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. And let's do that little flow 2 more times. Inhale, come forward, plank pose. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, slowly roll up, baby camel, lifting those hip points straight up. Exhale, hips to heels. Inhale, swim forward like a wave, Cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. One more time. Inhale, plank. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, baby camel. Just start to move like you. Let it be real loose and free. Exhale, hips down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Walk your hands back to your feet. Just take a moment to grab opposite elbows right here. Hang heavy. You can bend your knees for sure. Flutter your lips. Shake your head no, shake it yes. Isn't that an exercise in self-love, knowing when to say yes, knowing when to say no? And then release your arms, slowly roll up vertebra by vertebra to mountain pose, but take your time. Just standing tall once you reach the top. Palms wide, facing forward. Just roll your shoulders out a little bit here. So reach them forward, up, back, and down. Just do that a few more times. And then inhale, circle your arms up, catch a prayer overhead. You can allow the hip points to drift forward, your heart to stretch up and back a little bit. And then exhale, swan dive your way back down into Uttanasana. From here, tense your fingertips underneath you so they're right under the shoulders. And we're gonna move into a little Kundalini frog, but a variation of it today with one hand on the heart and then the other hand alternating. So I'm gonna scooch forward a little bit so you can see me better. You're gonna bring your big toes to touch, and then you're gonna click your heels to touch and turn your toes out 45 degrees. Now lift your heels up and walk your feet closer in so that your heels touch here. And then bend and widen the knees. Okay, so this is gonna be the exhale. On the inhale, you're gonna straighten the legs and bring the right hand to your heart. And then exhale, come back into your neutral frog squat. And then inhale, left hand to the heart. Exhale, frog. Keep going. You could totally keep your eyes open, or if you feel like closing them, you do you. Trust your own inner guidance. Seeing if you can really zip those legs together as you lengthen out. Take it at your own pace, of course. Like 30 more seconds here. You got this. You've come this far. Bend and widen the knees, lift your gaze. Take an inhale here. Squeeze your root lock. And then exhale, lengthen the legs up. Turn your heels out, feet parallel. Just fold again in Uttanasana. Maybe interlace the hands behind your back. Take a minute to thank your feet, thank your legs for their hard work, for all that they do for you. Then release the hands, Walk them forward, plank pose. Inhale here, exhale, child's pose. Inhale, baby camel. Lift up, open your heart. Exhale, hips down. Inhale, cobra. Maybe pop the knees up for upward facing dog here. Peel those shoulders back. Lift through the quads. And then exhale, lift through the belly, roll over the toes, back to downward facing dog. And ground here in your down dog, really rooting your finger pads into the earth. Finding a little lift through the armpits there. Maybe even a plugging of the heels down. So you're creating this nice spacious triangle with your body. All right, inhale to lift your right leg high. On the exhale, step your right foot between your palms. Tense your fingers. Inhale to step your left foot forward. Exhale to fold into your legs. Put a little bend in your left knee, left fingertips to the ground there. Inhale, right fingertips to the sky. So it's a twisted Uttanasana. Then as you breathe out, wrap your right arm underneath your left, grab opposite shoulders, bend your knees. Again, keep the contact here of your hands on your arms as you rise all the way up to stand, grabbing opposite elbows overhead. Lean back. Good. Now on the exhale, straighten yourself up. Step your left foot back, warrior one. Swing your left elbow back and your right arm forward for archers. See if you can wrap your left hip forward a little bit. And then lengthen that front leg, flex the front foot on the inhale. And then turn the right toes in. See if you can catch a prayer overhead for star. And then exhale, crease at your hips and fold all the way down into your legs. Just let your head hang. Shake it out. Tense your fingers underneath you. Put a bend in your left knee. Shift your weight to the left. Right knee, shift your weight to the right. Keep going a little side to side. Turn to the right. Step it back, down dog. You can move it through whatever vinyasa is calling to you. Maybe that little baby camel situation, or really anything else. And then from down dog, we'll lift our left leg high on the breath in. As you breathe out, step your left foot forward. Tense your fingers, inhale, step the right foot to the top. Exhale, melt into your legs. Put a bend in your right knee. Inhale, reach your left fingertips up. Your right fingertips are tented under the right shoulder. Exhale, weave your left arm under the right. Give yourself a hug. Bend your knees quite a bit. Slowly rise up, grabbing opposite elbows overhead. And then step your right foot back behind you, warrior one. Swing the right elbow back, left arm forward. Get real strong through your legs here. Left knee over left ankle. Little lift through the inner arch of that back foot. On your next breath in, lengthen your front leg, flex your front foot. Turn your left toes in. You might need to adjust your feet a tad. Swirl your right arm up as well. Palms touch and star. Inhale here, look up. Exhale, crease at your hips and fold. Tenting the fingertips underneath you, shift the weight to the right, to the left. Go a little skier. And then turning all the way to the left, low lunge, step it back, down dog. You can totally stay in your down dog, rock it out in child's pose, or move it through a little vinyasa. All right, another round like this. Right leg high, breathing in. Look forward, breathe out, step the right foot forward. Inhale, left foot steps forward. Exhale, fold. Bend the left knee. Inhale, lift and lengthen the spine as you reach the right arm up. Right arm under, give yourself a hug, bend the knees. Inhale, rise up, opposite elbows. Exhale, step your left foot back, swing your left elbow back, right arm forward. Inhale, lengthen up, come into your star. Exhale, crease at the hips and fold. This time, tent the fingertips underneath you. Turn the heels in and the toes out. Shift the weight into the left leg, and then lift your right toes up to the sky. Walk your hands a little bit closer in towards your chest. And breathe here in your Skandasana. It's deep, I know, but we're going a little bit deeper today. If you can, you might sit all the way down. Grab your left ankle with your right hand. Lean your torso over to the right, reaching your left arm up and over. Maybe you hang here. You could also have your right forearm on the ground. Might be able to reach your left fingertips all the way for your right foot. And then twist the rib cage open, yogi. So wrap your right ribs forward and your left ribs back, like you're trying to crack your heart open towards the heavens there. Big side body opening. Breathe into the bigness of this shape, right? See if you can keep that left knee pointing straight up towards the sky. And then gently swirl your way out of it. Activate your root lock to lift yourself up. Turn to the right, low lunge. Widen your right foot out to the right. Bring your right hand inside your right foot. Drop your left knee down. Point your left toes for lizard. You can just sort of sway your hips side to side here. Do what feels good, right? I've been thinking a lot lately. It's funny, as human beings, we need to be told, like, do what feels good, like, have fun. But that's like the energy I want you to invite in here. So just do what feels good. You might come down onto your forearms. You might widen your left palm out to the left, or even have your left forearm on the ground as you reach your right arm up and back. Maybe if your hips are poured forward enough, you can easily bend that back knee and encourage the heel towards the booty. And then turn the rib cage. So you're twisting to the right, heart to the sky. See if you can press your bottom hand into the earth to roll that shoulder open a little bit more. Loosen the jaw. Listen to the breath. Let it carry you. One more moment here. And then let whatever you got going on go. Step back. You can move it through vinyasa, or just send it back to down dog or child's pose. And we'll meet in down dog for the second side. Left leg, high breathing in. As you breathe out, look forward, step the left foot to the top. Inhale, step the right foot to meet it. Exhale, fold into your legs. Bend your right knee, inhale, left arm up. Exhale, left arm under. Give yourself a hug. Bend at the knees. Come up to stand, opposite elbows as you inhale. Exhale, right foot steps back, right elbow swings back, left arm forward. Inhale to lengthen up the front leg. Turn the toes in, star pose on the inhale, look up. Exhale, crease at the hips and fold. Tent the fingers under the shoulders. Lift to a flat back, turn both of your toes out, and then put that bend in your right knee as you externally rotate your left thigh to turn those left toes straight up towards the sky, and then walk your tented fingers right in front of you there. Finding the root lock. You might come to sit all the way down, left hand on your right ankle or forearm to the ground there, reaching your right arm up and over. Maybe you can grab the toes. If you have like a strap or something, that could be helpful. You could just sort of lasso your left foot there. See if you can lean back. then slowly come back to center, activate the root lock to lift yourself out of there. Turn to the left, left foot to the left, left hand inside, drop your back knee down, point your toes, lizard. And you do you here. So find what works for you. If you can, if possible, see if you can do maybe not the same thing you did on the other side, but something similar, right? So of course, make it work in your body. Twisting yourself to the left here if you grabbed that back foot, and breathing nice and deep wherever you're at. Lift up out of that bottom shoulder. See if you can turn your right hip forward a little bit more. There it is. One more moment here. And then let it go. Step it back. Do your thing. Okay, this time is for you to commune with yourself and what you really need. All right, yogis, drop your knees down. Child's pose. Slowly roll up vertebra by vertebra. Little fun here. You can either shift your hips to one side and bring the legs in front of you, or cross one ankle over the other. Plant your palms wide alongside your thighs there. Maybe a little Lalasana. You breathe in here, press your palms into the earth. As you breathe out, lift your root lock and lift your legs up. Who knows, you might swing a little bit. And then you can bring your legs forward and drop your booty down. Or find your way there, however feels good and is as accessible for you today. All right, figure 4. Flex your right foot on top of your left thigh. And then just find a moment here to real soft, like real easy. Crease at your hips a bit. I'm touching down here with my hands at my right shin and foot. Even digging my elbow a little bit into my right inner thigh, giving it some weight. Okay, from here, slowly roll up through the spine. Keep your figure 4, tent the fingertips behind you. Begin to bend your left knee. See if you can plant your left foot. And press those fingertips into the ground. Peel the shoulders back, squeeze the shoulder blades, and see if you can puff your heart out and up. If this is a lot for your right outer hip, just wiggle your left foot forward a little bit more. It'll ease up the sensation. So just finding where you're at for today. Definitely create some space here between your teeth. That I like clench my jaw like crazy in this pose, right? Because it's a big one for the hips. So see if you can find a little bit of that surrender. Accepting where you are in this pose today and then breathing into it. Let's take one vibrational exhale. Inhale through the nose. Exhale something out of the mouth. Okay, now slide that left leg long again. And I want you to lean your chest forward again. And then see if possible, you can wrap your peace fingers around your left big toe, your thumb into your toenail. If that's not possible, just grab onto your shin or your leg, wherever you can swing it. Okay, but if you can, grab that big toe, and then grab the big toe of your right foot as well, thumb into your toenail. We're gonna play with archer's legs. So you're gonna essentially lean your weight over to the left a little bit, and then you're gonna lift your right leg up almost like a happy baby there. So you want to press on that big toe to draw the right knee back towards your right armpit. See if you can soften the shoulders down the back a little bit. There's a little bit of loving tension there. Okay, to come out of it, right foot plants down. Right hand on your right foot. Tense your left fingertips behind you. Just take a little open twist here. Nice and tall through the spine. See if you can look back over your left shoulder. Then plant your left palm down. I want you to turn onto the outer edge of your left foot. Right arm reaches up and over right ear. And then lift the ball of your right foot for Wild Thing. You can lean back into your right shoulder blade a bit here and turn your heart up to heaven. Breathe. And then drop slowly yourself back down. Shake your legs out in front of you. Figure 4, left foot flexed on your right thigh. Might scooch the flesh from underneath you a little bit. And just take a moment here to just crease at the hips and lean the weight of your upper body forward, left elbow into left inner thigh, to anchor it and open it a little bit more. And slowly roll up, tent the fingertips behind you. Slide your right foot in, bending your right knee. And continue to draw this left knee away from you as much as you can. So you could even use your left hand on your left inner thigh here. If you can find the balance to help give yourself an assist there. Or you might be able to use it without the hand. Squeeze your shoulder blades, lift your heart up, breathe nice and deep. Let's take one vibrational exhale here. Inhale and exhale. Lengthen the right leg back out. Lean your chest forward, yogi toe lock. Right big toe, right hand. Left big toe, left hand. Lean your weight to the right a little bit, and then see if you can drag that left knee behind you. Like half happy baby. Soften the shoulders. Gaze straight ahead. A little twist of your torso to the left. See if you can pull that left knee back just a little bit more. And then drop the left foot down right there. Left hand on your left ankle. Right fingertips behind you. Twist right. Look back if you can. Plant your right palm. Lift your booty on up. Spin onto the outer edge of your right foot. Lift your left heel. Keep lifting the hips, lift the belly, and then lean back into your left shoulder blade. Look up if you can. And then slowly make your way down. Bend both of your knees here. Just grab opposite elbows underneath your thighs, underneath your knees, and see if you can drop your forehead to your knees to rest there. Soften the shoulders. Totally folded into yourself here. You might even slide your heels forward and come into Paschimottanasana, still with opposite elbows under the knees. release the arms from underneath you. Slowly roll up. And roll yourself down here just for a short moment. So just reclining all the way down, corpse pose. We won't be here very long, so see if you can really just release that back body. Releasing the shadow side into the womb of Mama Earth. Allowing yourself to be held. Invite a deep breath in, right into your heart center, and a deep breath out. Pour some love right back out. Wiggling your fingers and your toes. You can bring your arms by your ears, roll your wrists, roll your ankles. Hugging your knees in. Roll on over to one side, whichever side feels good. And inhale to lift yourself up really gently. Finding that same seat that we started with. Interlacing the hands at your heart in that gesture of faith, trust. Of feeling solid with ourselves. And let's breathe it in for Om. You can bring the prayer to the forehead, a little bow of the head. Satnam, loves. I hope you enjoyed this self-love special. And feel free to share this class with anyone you know in your life that could use a little love, a little awakening of love inside themselves. And feel free to comment with your experiences or any questions that you have. I always love hearing from this community. Satnam.